Hey, this is Bill with Davies Logic, and today we're going to talk about the pool filter. It's springtime. We're getting ready to set the pool up before Memorial Day, and just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've learned about it over the last year. I inherited this pool last year when we bought the house. The filter was in the garage, nothing was hooked up, so kind of had to figure everything out for my own. I've never had a pool before. I did a lot of research on YouTube and online about what to do and what chemicals to use and all that kind of stuff. And I figured it out. We got it going, and we enjoyed the pool. It was great. It was fun. Our first summer in the house, having the pool and having the family over and stuff. So it's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. So, we had a good year. Pump worked good. Everything was great. Never really had a problem with the pool. The end of the year came. I unhooked everything. Kind of stashed the filter in the garage. So then I knew that eventually I was going to, kind of clean it out because I wanted to take everything apart and make sure it was, in good shape for the new season. So, new season's upon us. Now it's time to get things going, and so we're going to talk a little bit about how. So my filter that I have is a Hayward. It's a Hayward filter and a Hayward pump. The pump is a Power-Flo Matrix, 120 volts. It's just got a regular. It does have a locking plug on there that was put on there before me. So that's cool. This hole here was open before. I did get a little cap for it at the hardware store, so I didn't want water getting down into this housing. I think it's probably fine, but better safe than sorry. So this right here is the main strainer basket for the filter. This is the suction. So the suction is coming here from the filter basket on the pool, the skimmer basket. So that's going up. There's a little basket up there that filters that. Filters first. That catches the big stuff like leaves, and then this is kind of like a backup one that catches stuff. So you got to clean it out like every week or two, depending on how much stuff you have in your pool. So, the water comes in through here, gets filtered through this basket thing, and then it gets shot out the pump into this main filter housing thing here. So, this is a EC45 BC. So, it's the EC40 series. It talks about on this thing about how this little label here about the maximum flow rate and how many gallons and how long it takes for this filter to cycle the entire pool, basically, depending on how many gallons you have. So the water is coming in, it comes through here, and basically it wants to end up coming out up here and going back out to the little jet that spits out into the pool. So that's basically how it works. There's little fingers inside of here. I'm going to talk about that in a second here. You put some diatomaceous earth in there, which I have down here. I just got it at Home Depot. It's like a real fine powder. You got to be careful not to breathe it when it's in a powder form, because it's not good to breathe. It can hurt your lungs. So that's pretty much how everything works. I'm going to take the cover off and the top, and we're going to show you what's inside there and what I did to clean it out. Okay, so I took that cover off. You can see the filter fingers inside of here. This is the actual element. So, so the water is coming in through here, and it wants to get out through this hole right here. So it's got to go through this all these tubes. There's kind of a fine fabric on here. So, when I first took it off this year, from last year, it was, had this kind of powder on there and everything. So I washed it off with the hose really good, and I was reading some other stuff online about how to clean it out, and they were saying to use some dishwasher powder. So I found some dishwasher powder under the sink and put that in a bucket and kind of let it soak overnight. And that did a real good job. It seemed like there was kind of some gross stuff in the bucket. It says it's supposed to take the oils off and kind of make sure, you know, all the gunk. So then I rinsed it off with the hose again real good, made sure there's no soap left. And you can kind of see it, so you could tell it was definitely way cleaner. So it should be ready to go. I'm not, you know, when I get ready to fill it up, we'll put the diatomaceous earth powder in the skimmer basket, and then basically that's going to come through the, you know, suction of the pump, and it's going to get stuck on all these little fingers, and then that's what's going to actually do the filtering and be able to filter the really fine, really small things. So then, you know, eventually that filter powder that's in there, you know, it gets all gunky and it doesn't really clean out any good. So you have to, very good. So you have to, you know, open up your drain port, which is back here, and we take that, and you know, all this kind of gray, goopy powder stuff comes out. It's the wet diatomaceous earth. And you kind of keep flushing it and, you know, bumping this handle until everything comes out, and you got clear water coming out again. So then you're kind of, you know, empty of diatomaceous earth. Turn everything back on, and you start filling it back up with diatomaceous earth powder, and yeah, you're good to go again for, you know, should be a month or two at least. You know, depending on how much you use your pool, how much you have people coming over to swim, and you know, that kind of thing. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. I'm going to do another video once I get this all hooked up to the pool, and when I get everything turned on, and we could talk about the pressure gauge and what that means, and you know, show it actually working. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching Davies Logic.